What's going on, everybody? So there was a headline in the news. It was also on my personal Facebook page, and it was a survey in which they surveyed public schools, and they found out that as much as 20% of public schools their give their students less than 20 minutes time to eat. And according to the article, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, they recommend at least 20 minutes to sit down and eat. It was a very, very short article. It didn't go into too much detail, so I just want to give you my quick take on this. Now, the actual time to eat, I mean, every kid's different. Some kids like to wolf down their food extremely fast, and some are a little bit slower eaters. 20 minutes seems a little bit tight because by the time lunch starts and you get your food, and whether you bring your lunch or if you buy the school lunch, if you buy the school lunch, you're gonna have even less time because the kids are gonna have to go to the cafeteria, get your tray. And now I haven't been in school in many years, but I would assume this is how it is predominantly in public schools. And then 20 minutes just doesn't seem like a long time. Eating really fast, according to the article, it can make the kids have less energy overall, make them have less impulse control, lower energy. Now, that remains to be seen if that is true. But I will say that if you do eat too fast, too much, it does create bad eating habits as these kids get into adulthood. Obviously, eating fast will increase the chances of you overeating as you get older. Can also increase your chances of getting indigestion, heartburn, and whatnot. But outside of just the health aspect, I think 20 minutes to eat is just not enough time. Now, the article, like I said, it didn't go into too much detail, so I'm not sure if the entire lunch was only maybe 30 minutes. I wish it would had stated that, but 20 minutes in general is not enough, because when I was in school, I believe, oh man, I know high school lunch was more than 20 minutes for total. It was at least 45 minutes, 50 minutes. And I remember in junior high, we had 50 minutes or so, and I would wolf down my food. A lot of my friends would wolf down our food because a lot of times we would eat our food fast and then have about 20 minutes after to play basketball, flag football, do some other activities. So I hope that these kids are not only getting 20 minutes and after having to go back to their studies, because now people that are for this their argument might be, well, quote, this is better because it'll give more time for them for their studies, for their academics. Well, I guess you could make a case for that, but I would disagree, because I think social interaction amongst kids is very, very important. It's not just about learning your times tables, your reading comprehension, your long division, and your spelling. That's very important. You got to have these fundamentals growing up, but social interaction is very important, which is why I'm against same-sex private schools, which I've done videos in the past on that. But real quick before I depart, like a few years ago, I was with my niece. She came to visit, and she had mentioned that we were talking about school. I was asking her how she was, and she said she was fine, but she had said something that kind of struck a chord, and that was, she said that at their school, and it was a very highly competitive academic school, that they didn't allow much talking during lunchtime, and that really kind of pissed me off, and it got me perplexed. And I'm just thinking in my head, like, you're not allowing kids to speak during the time of lunchtime? And I asked her why, and she said because the faculty had stated that due to the construction of the school, the cafeteria was too close to the other classrooms, and by talking too loud, it would disrupt them. It's like, well, the architect or the engineering, they obviously screwed up big time. They didn't take into account the acoustics. because that to me, that's just vile. Not allowing kids to talk during lunchtime. Now I'm completely going a little bit off topic, but I just wanted to get that off my chest because that's just ridiculous. Limiting the amount of time to eat and interaction is also ridiculous in my opinion. I don't know what a lot of you guys obviously probably haven't been in school for a while, so let me know if you recall how much time you had for total lunchtime and total eating time, because it was kind of combined into one. It wasn't like segmented, 15 minutes to eat, 15 minutes to play. It was just 45 minutes and you could do whatever you want with it. And I was a jabbermouth and I would talk all the time, and that's very valuable because you can't just be that. You don't want to raise a kid to be just, what if they're naturally shy and they don't, you want to be able to get kids to get used to talking and socializing and in general, and learning about different types of kids and cultures. So that's my time. Thanks for watching. I gotta go. Talk to you later. More content coming. Bye.